body in a state of corruption which it makes one sick to look at, and which it is inconceivable that any one can have had pleasure in executing. In short, there is scarcely anything in nature upon which her talent has not exercised itself. Yesterday we visited the Seminario or college, a fine spacious old building kept in good repair. The rector conducted us over the whole establishment. There is a small well chosen library containing all the most classic works in Spanish, German, French, and English, and a larger library containing Greek and Latin authors, theological works, etc. A large hall with chemical and other scientific apparatus, and a small chapel, where there is a beautiful piece of sculpture in wood, the San Pedro, by a young man, a native of Valladolid, so exquisitely wrought that one cannot but regret that such a genius should be buried here, should not at least have the advantage of some years' study in Italy, where he might become a second Canova. One must visit these distant cities and see these great establishments, to be fully aware of all that the Spaniards bestowed upon their colonies, and also to be convinced of the regret for former times which is felt amongst the most distinguished men of the republic, in fact by all who are old enough to compare what has been with what is. I ought not to omit, in talking of the natural productions of Valladolid, to mention that it is famous for fleas. We have been alarmed by the miraculous stories related to us of these vivacious animals, and were rejoiced to find ourselves in a house from which, by dint of extreme care, they are banished. But in the inns and inferior houses they are said to be a perfect pestilence, sometimes literally walking away with a piece of matting upon the floor, and covering the walls in myriads. The nuns, it is said, are or were in the habit of harnessing them to little carriages, and of showing them off by their ingenious devices. We rode out in the evening to meet our friends from Uruapa, who were expected to arrive yesterday. I upon a very formidable and handsome cavalry horse, rather above his work, which some expected to run away, and others to throw me off, and which might have done both, but being a noble creature, did neither. We did not meet our friends, who, having been delayed on the road, only arrived this evening. We have therefore decided to remain here till to-morrow afternoon, when we shall continue our journey homewards by San Bartolo. End of letter the 50th.